morning. I'm Doraine, and our class today is a core class, so we'll be working on all of the muscles around the core. So not just the abs, but the muscles on the sides of your body, the obliques, and the muscles along the back of the spine. These core muscles are the ones that hold us up. They're the ones that we use when we're doing a difficult pose to stay steady. But just as in everything else in yoga, we're always looking to take what we do on the mat off the mat. So the other thing I want you to think about is, what is the core of your being? What is the core, your fundamental identity, the values, the beliefs that you hold, that when you find yourself in a difficult or hard place, what are the things that you depend on? What is the core of your being? So keep that in your mind as we go through this practice. Let's begin with just some side bends, just a nice flowy kind of side bend, and feel the stretch. Notice that as you bend to the side, those muscles on the sides of your body, the obliques, that's part of your core, they change and shift as you move from side to side. And now the next time you plant your hand, I want you to pause, push into the hand, and really stretch the upper side of your body. And then maybe become a little deeper by bending your elbow. And then I want you to turn towards your mat and feel this twist that happens. Maybe you reach your palm upward and out, and then come up and go to the other side. Again, pause. Push into your hand, stretch this upper side of the torso open. Feel those muscles working there. If you want to go deeper, bend your elbow. And then turn gently toward the mat and feel the twist. If you want to bring your arm down and reach more, you can. And then lift yourself up, bring your arms up, and let's come to a twist in one direction. Pause just for a moment, and then up and twist in the other direction. Come up, twist, and up and twist. Good, come center, bring your hands to your knees. We'll find a seated cat-cow. So as you exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. As you inhale, gently pull on the knees, arch the spine, lift the chin up, and go back and forth with your breath. Take your own speed. Maybe it feels good to close your eyes and just pay attention to what's happening in your body. And then come up. Nice tall seat, so feel your sitting bones. Bring your hands behind your head. Lift up really tall. You might even lift at the back of your head so that you feel your neck become long. And we're going to twist here. So if you notice, you're using those muscles on the sides of your waist. Come back center. Go the other way. Can you also feel the muscles at the lower part of your abdomen? And can you feel the muscles up the sides of your spine, in the back of your body? All of those things are part of your core. Come back center, and we're going to our side bends, same way. So just notice all the parts of your core that you can feel working. Front, sides, and back. And then open your arms out really wide. Turn your palms down, turn your palms back. Just go back and forth, thumb back, thumb up and back, down and back. Through your shoulders, opening, rotating. And then hands. Roll your shoulders, turn your head. You know, I generally sit on a blanket when I'm seated, but for our next little sequence, we're going to take that away and I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see. I want your knees bent, your heels on the floor. And here, if you have blocks, you're welcome to add one. And there's a couple of different ways you can use a block. You can place it in between your thighs. And this is a modified boat pose. So I'm squeezing the block, pushing my heels into the floor. The other thing you can do as you come up is you can hold the block, come back, see if you can keep your spine long here, and then turn. So again, notice the lower abdominal muscles, what you feel. Notice the sides of your core. And notice those muscles along the back of your spine. And then come up, place your block down, bring the soles of your feet together. Nice tall spine, hold wherever your body feels best. And then fold and round. And let yourself rest. Feel the opening in the inner thighs. Now notice here what your abdominal muscles are doing. They're probably just hanging out. So I want you to find your breath, find your inhale. And as you exhale, maybe you blow a little bit out your mouth. Can you feel those lower abdominal muscles turn on? Inhale and soften. Exhale, feel that contraction, the low belly, almost like you're zipping up a zipper, or pulling a drawstring close, where everything is working and coming in. Let's do one more breath. And then lift yourself up. Come all the way over onto hands and knees. If you like a blanket under your knees, add that. All right, so come to a cat-cow. Just find your cat-cow here for a moment. And then once you've kind of found the rhythm, I want you to think about what your belly is doing. So as you inhale and the belly drops, could you pull your sitting bones down just a little bit, pull your head forward a little bit, and feel the abdominal muscles stretch. And then as you press, you're exhaling. Can you exhale and turn those abdominal muscles on? Let's do that one more time. In this cow position, can you find length from the top of your abdominal muscles to the bottom? As you exhale, can you find that rounding where you feel those muscles turn on? And then find neutral. So a nice long spine, not dropping, not rounding. around here. And in this position, I want you to feel your inhale. Can you feel a little bit of softening in the belly? And then as you exhale, can you pull the belly upward? Almost as though you are able to place your hand on the belly. As you inhale, you feel the belly drop into your hand. As you exhale, can you pull the belly away from your hand? Find that action, find the work using your breath so that you know what it feels like when you want to turn these muscles on. So now take your attention to the back of your body, and as you inhale, there's that little bit of release. And as you exhale, what do you feel in the back of your body? As you inhale, do you feel a little bit of expansion in the lower back? As you exhale, what happens? Can you maintain it? And let that go. Maybe sink back. Find child's pose for a moment. Find your breath. Forward, back to table. And let's bring one leg back. Your toes can stay on the floor. So find this nice, so you're not dropping your belly here. You have a nice, flat, long spine. And then lift your leg. Take your opposite hand forward and find this bird dog position. And find your breath. Use your exhale. What can you use the exhale to do to help you find stability in this? Can you turn on your lower abdominal muscles? Can you feel some expansion in the back? Can you feel the obliques turning on here, even though all they're doing is holding you steady? And then bring your hand down, bring your foot down, knee down, rock your hips side to side. And come to the other leg. Reach that leg back. Find that long spine. Find the abdominal muscles. Find the back of your body. Lift the leg. Reach the opposite arm forward. You can start with fingers on the floor until you get your balance. And then reach. Feel yourself pulling in both directions. Use your breath. Find that exhale. Find expansion with the inhale. Holding you steady. This is the work of the core. Hand down, bring your leg down, knees wide, sink back and find child's pose. Now in child's pose, we are usually in this pose for rest, and so we tend to just kind of let everything go. But as you're here, I want you to find your breath. Notice the inhale. Can you find expansion? And as you exhale, can you find that action of zipping up the zipper, drawing the drawstring, so that the abdominal muscles are actually turned on in this position, and you are working. Now walk your hands to one side, and we're going to feel those obliques turn on. So find your breath and notice what happens if you turn everything on with your exhale. How does it change this pose? Back center. Go the other way. Find that exhale. Use it so that the core isn't just hanging out, it's actually turning on, giving you more benefit in this pose. Walk yourself back center and lift yourself up. Come onto your seat and let's come all the way down. You can do this with the boat pose, but come down with some control as much as you can. Find that exhale. Use it to help you bring you down. Once you're here, if you want a blanket under your head, you can add it. We're going to come to table upside down. So bring your knees up, your feet at a right angle, and your arms up. Find your breath here. So now notice, as you inhale, can you feel some expansion into the back of the body? And as you exhale, can you feel the muscles on the front of the core? So find that. And then if you want a little more, as you exhale, take a foot forward and an arm back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Use those core muscles behind the breath. On your back center, pause, take a moment, bring your feet to the floor, find some windshield wipers. It's a nice, gentle clean from side to side. Now bring one foot across the other opposite knee. Reach that knee away. So this is just a figure 4. And then if you want to bring them into the body, you can. And here's another place where we often just kind of hang out. We can feel the stretch, but what happens if you find your breath? Use that exhale to turn those muscles on. And notice, how does this change the pose? Let that foot come back to the floor. Swap legs. You're on the other side. Reach that knee away from your chest. Feel the work in the hips. And then if you want to come forward, hold behind your thigh, cross your leg, whatever works for you. And then find your breath. Feel the inhale, fill up that low back. Feel the exhale, turn on all of those muscles. Bring your foot to the floor, uncross, roll to your side. So you're in something of a fetal position. Both arms out in front of you straight. Find your inhale inhale, and you're gonna lift that top arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Let your chest roll open as you bring the arm wherever it comes to behind you. It does not have to come to the floor. And then all the way back up to the starting point. Now find your breath. So as you inhale, you're opening. Can you feel a sense of opening with that inhale? As you exhale, turn on all those muscles. Use the exhale to bring everything back to close. And if your breath and your movement gets out of sync, that's all right. But you're still turning that abdominals, the core on with your exhale wherever you are in the movement. And the next time you're back together, pause for a moment. Roll yourself back onto your back and over to the other side. Arms out long. Inhale, open. Exhale and close. Going at your own speed. Find the breath connection that works for you with the movement. Next time, close, pause for a moment, roll yourself back onto your back, square yourself up, bring your knees to your chest, and rock side to side. Just massage the low back for a moment. When you're ready, bring yourself up to seated. Take a breath. Roll forward onto hands and knees. Keep your legs behind you and find your downward facing dog. Take a moment, walk your dog. And then I want you to pause in what feels like a good solid down dog for you. Find your breath. And as you exhale, turn on all of those muscles. And just notice if this changes anything for you in downward facing dog. Find your inhale. As you exhale, turn those muscles on as you walk forward, or if you have a jumping forward practice, you're in a forward fold here, and notice here's another place where we tend to just let the belly go. What do you need to do to turn it on? And if you turn it on, does it change the depth of your pose? Your legs don't have to be straight. They can be. I don't want them to be locked. But you can be straight or bent. And then find your inhale. Exhale, press into your feet. Roll yourself up. At some point, you're going to need to inhale. Bring your arms up. And hands to your heart. Breath. Pause and just notice how your body feels. Now, bring your arms up. Sink back into chair pose. hands to your heart. Lengthen your spine so your tailbone is reaching downward. Hands to your knees. So you're just holding, you're not putting a lot of weight here. And I want you to find a cat-cow in the lower part of your spine. Turn sideways so you can see. Just in that lower back. Lift the sitting bones, pull them apart, draw them under, tuck the tailbone. And bring your hands to your heart, nice, strong chair pose, and take your right foot and step back. Find your warrior two. Breathe. Bring your hands to your head. Reverse your warrior so that elbow reaches back. And then come forward as though you were going to a side angle pose. Once you get there, open your arms, straighten your front leg. You're in triangle, but don't touch anything. Don't touch your leg, don't touch your block. Let those muscles of your core hold you up in this triangle position. And we're coming to a lunge. So you're going to turn towards the front of your mat. Take a moment, find your balance. Nice. Tall lunge. And you're going to twist open toward your front leg. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Find your exhale. Back to the front. And step up to Tadasana. Take a breath. Slow your heart rate. In and out through your nose. Breathe. I'm going to turn to the opposite end so that I'm facing you when I do this. Warrior two, but we're just going to go to the other leg. Arms up, sink into your chair. Drop your tailbone. You feel your abdominals come on as soon as you drop your tailbone. That does help. Hands to your heart. Hands to your thighs or to your knees. Find that cat-cow in the low back. Good. Hands to your heart. Step your left foot back. Find your warrior two. Open your arms. Turn your palms up. Now, find your breath here. As you exhale, turn all of those core muscles on. Bring your hands to the back of your head. Feel the length in your spine, the length in the back of your neck. Reverse this warrior. And then come up. Go the other way like you were going to side angle pose. Open your arms. Let them float. Straighten your front leg into this triangle. Find your exhale. Can you use that exhale to push into the floor to lengthen out through the top of your head? Breathe. Come to your lunge. Find your breath, find your balance. If you wobble, that's perfectly fine. Just take the time you need in order to find center. To find the stability that core gives you. Turn it on. And then open as you twist forward that front leg. Back center. Now this time plant your hands, step back, find your downward facing dog. Walk your dog for a moment. Come forward into plank. Bring your knees down. Lengthen your spine. Lower yourself all the way to the floor. Or get out of your way if you need it. And we're going to come up onto forearms. This is Sphinx pose. And it's easy for us to sink here. So find your inhale. As you exhale, turn on the core, squeeze the glutes, press into the forearms, and lift yourself up out of this pose. Nice length, nice long spine. There's a little bit of back bend happening. Now, as you inhale here, you're going to feel the length. Maybe you even pull a little bit with your hands backward. As you exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Let your belly lift up off the floor. Inhale and come back. This time, chin to chest as you exhale. Maybe your pelvis lifts up off the floor. Inhale and come back. Exhale. Feel all of those muscles lift up. Maybe you go a little further. The thighs might lift. Down. Inhaling. One last time if you want to lift everything up. Come up so that you're just on the tops of your feet and your forearms. And back down. And let yourself rest. Make a pillow with your hands. Let your forehead rest on your hands. Take a few breaths. Maybe rock your hips side to side. And bring your hands behind you, palms up. Forehead to the floor. Press your feet into the floor. Reach your tailbone down towards your heels. Find your breath. Inhale. As you exhale, lift up. Everything lifts. Arms reach, feet reach. Length is your goal, not necessarily height. Can you feel what happens with the breath as you inhale and exhale here? Maybe it lifts you as you inhale, lengthens you more as you exhale. Come down, make that pillow with your forehead, rock your hips side to side. Hands beside your chest. Press yourself up all the way back. Find your child's pose. Gently reach. Maybe you push with your hands. Find your exhale. Turn the abdominals on. Maybe your forehead doesn't come to the floor. It doesn't have to. What feels better? For me right here, I like to push with my hands, have my forehead up, and really work into rounding that low back. Now come forward, find your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg behind you, and we're going to bring that knee and find pigeon position. Doesn't have to be straight across, just find a nice pigeon where you feel this right hip working. I do not want you to go down to the floor yet. Okay, I want you to think about finding your breath. Inhale, exhale, turn it all on and lift yourself up a little higher. You're almost bringing this back, front hip backward, back hip forward. If we were in a lunge, I would say find your scissors so the front leg pulls back leg pulls forward. Maybe you can walk back a little farther until your hands are under the legs. Find that breath, it will help. And then hands to the floor. And if you want to come down to this resting pigeon, you are welcome to go there. Couple more breaths here. And then roll onto that right hip. Push yourself up. And this back leg is going to come forward. And the front leg, foot, is going to reach for your inner thigh. So we're in Janu Shirshasana, or head to knee pose. And it's a fairly wide one. So find your breath. Find your inhale. As you exhale, turn everything on and lift your arms over your head. As you exhale the next time, you can reach for that leg or the foot. Other arm reaches over for this side bend. And then lift yourself up. Roll back onto your hands and knees. I'm going to change positions, but you're just going to go to your downward facing dog. I'm going to turn so that I'm still facing you. Find your down dog. Lift your left leg up behind you. Bring that knee in. Find your pigeon. Find your breath. As you exhale, walk yourself back. Be taller. Find that scissoring action. Maybe you come to your leg with your hands. Even taller. Those legs are working like crazy. The core is turned on. And then if you want to plant your hands and roll down into this resting pigeon, you're welcome to go there. And then push yourself back up. Roll over onto that left hip. Bring your leg around so that you're in this Janu Shirshasana pose. Toes facing up. Bent knee pressing down. Nice tall lift. Find those abdominals. Find the core muscles. Feel the ones on the sides and in the back. And then reach for the leg. And side bend. Press that bent leg down. And lift yourself up. Now turn it whatever way you need to be able to find a straight leg pose, Dandasana, or staff position. And you can place your hands on the floor beside you. If you need blocks to lift up a little higher, you can. If you need to sit on a blanket, you can. But I want you to just, I'm going to use fingertips because my arms are not quite long enough to get to the floor like that. So fingertips helps. Nice tall spine. Push the legs down into the floor. Press the feet forward like you are standing on a wall. Find your inhale. Exhale, push into the floor with your sitting bones, with your fingertips. Nice tall spine. Length, length, length as much as you can find. And lift the arms up. Find your inhale. As you exhale, reach for your toes. If you can't reach for your toes, bend your knees. And find your toes. Nice stretch in the back side of the body here. Lift up. Back to this nice tall staff position. And then lean back. Find your version of boat. Maybe your legs are bent, maybe they're not. Back up. Bend forward, find your toes. Lift up. Find your boat pose. Lift up. Find your toes. Last time. Lift up. Find your boat. And let yourself roll all the way down to the floor. Adjust if you're not on your mat. Adjust if you want a blanket behind your head. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And then come to that figure four. And let yourself roll into a twist. Maybe the foot comes to the floor, maybe it doesn't. You can stay right here. If you want a little bit more in your quad, you can grab that foot, put the other hand on your knee. And this hand that's on the knee, you can actually resist knee to hand, hand to knee, and there's a little bit of a change. You can also lift the bent knee that's on the floor. You press that knee down into the floor and you'll feel more stretch in the quad. And notice if you have totally forgotten to breathe, to turn those abdominal muscles on and what happens when you do. Soften, roll yourself back center. Change legs. Roll into your twist. You decide, you want to stay right here. Do you want to hold the knee? Do you want to hold the foot? Wherever you are, find your breath and turn on your abdominal muscles. Turn on the core. Can you feel the back core? Can you feel the sides working in this twist? Press the knee down, resist hand to knee with the upper one. And roll back center. Find some windshield wipers. Anything else that your body is wishing for at this moment, take the time to do it. And then when you're ready, settle into your Shavasana. Notice that you don't have to settle for the first position you come to. Maybe your shoulders need to tuck under. Maybe your tailbone needs a little more tuck. Scrub your heels away. And then let everything be soft. Feel your body. Feel the work that you've done. Everything heavy. eyes soft. Come back to this idea of taking this core work off the mat. What are those core values that you lean into? In the stillness, can you sink into that deep core of your center, your being, and rest there? If you need more time in Shavasana, you stay right where you are. If you're ready to sit up or to roll to your side, take your time, do what you need to do. Once you're up, bring your hands to your heart. Feel your sitting bones sinking downward, your spine lifting up. Take an easy inhale and bow forward with a grateful heart. Namaste.